Hello and welcome to this new video about d3.js. Today we are going to see what makes d3 so powerful for data visualization. With d3 you can bind data to HTML objects. That's what has been done here. You see, we created 3 divs with d3 and then binded data to each div. How we've done that, we are going to see it right now. It's by creating this variable. This data variable is an array with 3 objects inside, and each object has the information for rendering properly the different rectangles that we've seen before. As you can see, for now there are no HTML tags, so we created a function create to be able to reuse our code. We inserted it into a function. And you can see for the first line, let's analyze that. We just ask a d3 to select all the div, but they are known, and to bind this selection to data. And that's where the magic's come. d3 is going to see that there are 3 objects. Because we use this enter command, is going to create 3 empty slots, and that's all. And then we ask to append div inside those empty slots. That's how it works. First, select an object. Second, bind the data. Third, use the enter command for creating empty slots, and then do something like append a div. And then we've got the classic callback functions that permit to do something to this div. So for the first div, here we change the style, we change the width, and then we have this callback function that takes d for data. Remember, we can use d for data, I for the index. We could do that if we need. We just want to take this information there and bring it to the style, and we use it by the return function d.width, that is that, plus pixel, of course. And then same for the height of this div, and for the text, then we find our I for index, because we want to return the index here. So it will return 0 for the first div, 1 for the second one, and 2 for the last one. And here we've got the style with the background color, so we picked up this information there. So it works for each div created. First object, second object, third object. Here we've got another function that we can use. Let's try. First we create, and then we update. And you see, one of the div has disappeared and the color has changed. So how did it work? It's the same thing. We binded a new data, but there are just 2 objects. And then, same thing, we ask to select the div, all the div. There are 3 divs selected, and then we bind the data. Yes, but there are just 2 objects. We change the width, the height, the text, the style, and then we use this new command. Remember, to create, we use the enter command. But then there are just 2 elements here. So we want to remove the third one. And we use this exit command. What does it do? It simply selects the unused slots. So the third slot is selected there. And then remove command. Enter if it was creating new ones. So for example, if we had 10 objects in the data, by using the enter command, we would create 7 new slots and we could add new information. Exit is the opposite. It's simply select all the empty slots because there are less data than we had before. All those things will be very useful for the next lessons. I hope you understood perfectly and that you enjoyed it too. And I wish I will see you soon for a new video.